Hi, I'm here from Krieghoff UK to show you 3 simple adjustments to make on your Krieghoff K-80 or K-20. We'll be looking at how to set and lock off the safety, how to set the barrel selector, and how to adjust the position of the trigger. So let's begin. First of all, we need to take the stock off the action. To start off, take the forend and the barrels away, and we're going to be using the Krieghoff stock wrench. It's a 5mm Allen or Hex wrench, and you should be able to gain access to the stock bolt through the hole in the rear of the pad. If your pad doesn't have a hole, you'll have to remove the pad so you can gain access to the stock bolt. So insert the wrench in until you can locate the bolt. You can feel it fit inside the bolt, and counterclockwise give this a turn until you can feel it loosen up. The action should come away from the stock like so. Keep the wrench inside the stock and put that to one side, and you're left with just the action body on its own. So here's your action. You can see all the internal workings of the gun inside. As you can see, the safety is not locked and it's in working order. For this, we're just going to be adjusting the screw underneath the safety. So we're going to just tighten up this screw to lock it in place. And for this, we're going to be using a 2mm Allen or Hex wrench to tighten up this screw here. With about 1/4 to 1/2 a turn clockwise, you tighten up the safety screw. If your K-80 is older than 15 years old, you may notice it needs a flathead driver to adjust it. It's exactly the same process, only with a different driver. And to reset it back to normal, 1/2 or 1/4 turn counterclockwise, and it's back to normal. Give it a little test to make sure it's done, and there's no need to over tighten or over loosen the screw on this occasion. Okay, so next up we're going to be looking at locking off the selector. You don't need the stock off for this, but we'll leave it off for now. The selector can be locked in either position, so you don't accidentally change it while you're shooting. You'll see 2 screws on the trigger blade. The front screw is the one for the selector adjustment. So again, we'll be using a wrench, and this time it's a 1.3mm Allen or Hex wrench. And using a clockwise turn, you can lock the selector. Once tight, check that it is in fact locked and you can't move the selector position. And that's done. And finally, we're going to be adjusting the trigger blade position. Using the same 1.3mm wrench, this time on the rear screw. We can slacken the screw to adjust the position of the trigger. But to do this adjustment, you need to first slacken off the front selector screw to be able to adjust the trigger blade. So start by loosening the selector screw at the front with a counterclockwise turn. Then you can loosen the rear trigger blade screw. Once loose, you can position the trigger however you want it. And when you're happy, just use the wrench again with a clockwise turn to tighten the trigger blade in place. Don't over tighten the screw, and just finger tight is enough. And if you had the barrel selector locked, remember to tighten this screw up and you're all set. Okay, great. So I've just shown you how to do the 3 adjustments. It's just a simple case of putting the gun back together. So carefully insert the action back into the stock, and just take care to align the woodwork with the shape of the action, and just check that over before you tighten anything. Stock wrench is already located, so it's just a case of tightening this up. And as you can feel it tight, happy with that. Okay, barrel's back on, forend back on, and we're done. We'll be running through other adjustments and maintenance tips in future videos, so make sure you subscribe to our channel so you can keep up to date with our latest videos. Thank you for watching.